America's population is in great danger, not because of warfare or pollution, but from issues stemming from our own minds. The topic of mental health has become a controversial issue in recent times, but it is easily one of the most important issues that America should address, not only because of just how common it is, but because of how often we cannot see it and how heavy the consequences usually are when we fail to spot it. Every presidential candidate that has the courage to run must be willing to address this pressing issue to make America a safe and comfortable place for those in need of treatment. We've neglected the issue for so long that 20 to 25% of people over the age of 18 is affected by depression. Awareness as well as education about this issue is severely lacking, and people live in fear of exposing their issues to anybody. Because of these reasons, these issues are unfortunately overlooked. Even the most successful people can show obvious signs that are overlooked. A tragic example would be Desmond Daniel Amofa, better known for his streaming name, Etika.
Oh my God!
Etika was well known around the internet for his live streams where he provided hilariously over-the-top reactions to video games, shows, websites, and everything in between.
Oh my God!
Everything was going well for him on the surface, but his cool and friendly demeanor masked his tragic mental health issues. On top of Etika's unpredictable nature that made him famous, many of his fans could not distinguish the common signs where he started acting strange on social media.
I shouldn't have pushed so many people away. Now I've got nobody. You know, I wasn't suicidal before. I really wasn't. But one thing I didn't realize was that the walls were closing around me so fast. I really had no intention of killing myself, but I would always push it too far.
I want to say I saw him notice his struggles, I think when we first met in May 2011 when we first got together as a couple, because his brother had not even passed away, like not even a year by that point. But he just wasn't talking about it. I'd be like, oh wow, yeah, you did have a brother. You do have an older brother. He passed away, but he took it so well. Like he was happy. I mean, he didn't even allow himself to really cry too much.
Despite being admitted 3 times into his local mental hospital, Etika received a little treatment and sadly claimed his own life when he jumped off the Brooklyn Bridge on the 19th of June last year.
In I think about like the beginning of the summer of 2018, he told me that, okay, I finally understand that you do have a mental illness, because for a while he was denying it. He kept saying like, oh, she's just faking her depression. She doesn't have depression. She was just using me for money, and she's just upset that I'm doing this. And I'm not saying all this to talk bad about him, because that was literally what he was saying. That's what he thought. And for a while he was just kind of entertaining me, saying you have depression. Okay, yeah, I'll still be there to support you. And then finally, I guess something he just realized, God, I get it now. She does have depression, because now I feel something like that.
Professionals and those with first-hand experiences with mental health or friends dealing with it all know and agree that more should be done to help and comfort people suffering with this pressing issue.
I think the first thing you should definitely do is reach out to somebody, whether it's your parents, whether it's a counselor, whether it's your doctor, but someone who can help you sort of give an objective look at what's going on and then go from there.
But I feel like sometimes educators don't really understand just how much their words affect the youth, their students.
when you talk about mental health today, it's a lot more broad. It's a broad spectrum, right? So mental health issues.
Even though people believe that there are more pressing issues impacting day-to-day life in America, how are we, as a country, going to solve those issues if we cannot solve our own personal battles? Our country is one of the busiest in the world, but we are so caught up in other important issues that we start to neglect our own people suffering from internal problems, just as urgent as anything else America is dealing with. How can our government officials fulfill their duties if they are not in the right mindset? How can society tackle humanitarian issues when we cannot even love ourselves? Please, try to reach out to anyone even remotely showing signs of a mental illness, such as mood swings, extreme sadness, loss of appetite or interest in activities, or paranoia. Even if you yourself know no one with mental illnesses or have experiences with them, you can still help ailment this widespread issue by donating to charities like the National Alliance on Mental Illness, or for short, NAMI, and help combat this looming problem over American society and help those innocent people suffering from an issue that they have no control over.